Alright, so we'll do 1.8 part 2. There's really only one other thing that I need to add. So you should have already completed those examples that we did in class. If you haven't completed those already, make sure that you do them so that you understand how to do them. So do you understand the formulas that are involved, like distance and midpoint, areas, and perimeters? Make sure you know those formulas. And the reason I say that is because the next thing that I'm going to show you is another postulate. This postulate deals with addition again. We've had angle addition postulate, where we add two angles to get a bigger angle. We've had segment addition postulate, where we add two segments to get a bigger segment. And now we're going to have the area addition postulate, where we add two areas to get a bigger area. And I'll show you an example of what I mean by that. If I have a figure that looks like this, I can take a figure that looks like this, that doesn't follow any of our set rules already for formula, because it's not a rectangle, it's not a triangle, it's not a circle, right? It doesn't follow any of those area and perimeter formulas specifically, but I can take this figure like this and I can divide it into shapes. I can divide it into shapes that I already know and then find areas and perimeters of those. So what I can do, and I can do this a couple of different ways, but I'll show it to you this way first. I can just take and cut it off there. Now I've got a rectangular shape on the top, and then I can draw another one here. Now I've got a second rectangular shape, and then a third one at the bottom. So I've got three rectangular shapes, 1, 2, 3, and I can find the individual areas of each one of those. So let's say that our measurements that they gave us would look like this. This was 3, and let's say this was also 3, this was 6, and this was 4. So that gives me all of my vertical distances, 3, 6, and 4. And then I have one of my horizontal distances already, so I have 3 here. And let's say that we knew that this little piece in here was 2, and this piece out here was 8. So now I have all my horizontal distances, 3, 2, and 8. So with that, I can just take the area of each one of those individual rectangles. So let's start with the top rectangle. That rectangle is 3 by 3. It's technically a square, but its shape is rectangular, so I'm just still going to call it a rectangle, and we know that the area is base times height, so 3 times 3. Next, the middle one. So the middle one has the same size here as the top one, 3, and it has an extra 2 here, so in total, this side is 5. So this rectangle is 5 by 6. And then our bottom rectangle here has a side length here of 5 and 8, or 13, and 4. So I'm going to take all of those individual rectangles and I'm going to multiply them out and I'm going to add them together. Like that. And then I'm going to add all the totals to get 91 square units. Now that you understand how to break that one up, let's do this as practice. I'm going to give you another figure And I want you to break it up and see what you come up with. There's a figure. Copy that into your notes and then break it up. I'll add some measurements to it just for fun.